First of all, guys, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Okay, before we talk about the new record, you grew up in Oula, Finland.
Yeah, actually, only one who grew up in Oula was me. These guys are from even further away from the big cities. So.
Okay, so quite remote areas, both.
Yeah.
In Oulu, there's lots of people come from all sides of the country.
Right.
So to live in Oulu, there's it's like melting pot of different Finnish cultures. I'd say that there's not many people who have been born in Oulu actually.
Okay.
I think we can say that everyone is from northern part of Finland.
What kind of place is it in terms of music then? Does it have somewhat of a scene to speak of?
Well, it's hard to say because the scenes are not really separate. Everyone is friend of everyone, in a way. There has been a big metal scene during the 90s, but after that it just spread it out in every kind of music. So it's hard to say that there is not one particular genre that everyone makes.
But there's not much pop music. It's more experimental and people doing just expressing their ideas and stuff like that. That we are quite unusual for an Oulu band because we like to do pop music.
Right. Yeah. So was it weird? Well, weird might not be the right word, but was it strange when you started making the music that you did when, as you say, metal is quite big in Finland, and so was that a? Did you even listen to metal yourself before, or were you?
Not that much. Basically, we wanted to do what we wanted to do, and it was quite easy solution for us, to do this kind of music. And it's Finland and it's Oulu, so where we met and we started making music. So nobody came to us. It's a small town, so nobody came to us that you should be doing anything else. Right. People were just happy to hear something new for them, and I think little by little now we're here.
And it quite started we were thinking that what's missing from our or in music in general, and we wanted to do that kind of music.
Right. So what kind of music would you listen to then growing up? I'll start with you.
Oh, actually my brother used to listen Nirvana back in the days, and I kind of grew up into that, but then later years I discovered electronic music and stuff like that, so little by, it's hard to say, I think there are a lot of elements by indie music and a lot of elements by electronic music that we have been all listening during the years we've grown up. Well, yeah.
And for you, specific albums or people you like to listen to?
When before I started playing guitar, I saw this festival live that Blur and the Manic Street Preachers played in that, and I saw that and I thought that you can play music like that, and that from that I kind of got excited about guitar music because Finnish radio was full of dance pop and Eurodance and stuff like that, so I didn't know that kind of guitar music existed.
Right.
But then I noticed that you can do stuff like that, and then I got really into music.
Do you remember meeting him for the first time?
I think we met at the training place because I actually applied to this band. I had heard a couple of their demos, and I thought that I like to play in the Satellite Stories. And then I just went to the practice house, and I just knew all the songs because I'd been listening, and they were quite surprised that there's a guitarist that can already play the songs.
Yeah, we back then we hadn't any recorded material, and he just came there to the training because he was just does it go like this, and it just went exactly like that, and it was really strange, really nice.
So it took off from then. Because were you looking for a guitar player at that point?
Yeah, back in the day we had one guitarist called Taneli, but he went to up north nearby Lapland to live there, and then we were thinking what to do, and then this guy comes up who knows all the songs how to play and stuff, so it's just really cool.
What was before we talk about Vagabonds, what was, how did the songwriting process go from that point on? Generally, because it's, I suppose, different for each song. But how would you write songs? Would you start with the music? Would you start with lyrics?
I think mainly we start with the music, but everyone does like small things, and then we kind of get them together, or someone has some kind of idea, or we try to do more, try to discover where to go from the one idea, and little by little the music is done, and after that we usually do the lyrics. We have some ideas and some like structures how to build up the lyrics, but in a way we do the lyrics almost last time. So.
When it came to Vagabonds, then was there an idea in your mind what the album should sound like or what it should be like?
We did it quite like song by song in studio. Like we were like experimenting that what could work in a song, and it was actually quite lucky that it sounds quite cohesive, because we didn't really think of the whole album so much, but more like how can we make like each song like really good. Like,
I think because we made the album in UK with a producer called Barney that was worked with like Coldplay and Arctic Monkeys and stuff like that. So I think he was really good at getting like the different songs into an album shape, which he can really kind of like relate to each song. Right. That it's like a one big piece, like the whole album. So he was really good at making the album sound, the songs sound a little bit more similar, and to get it like structured as an album.
What made you pick him as a producer for the record?
I think like because we produced the last album by ourselves, and we realized our skills have some limits. We don't know that well how to produce yet, but we were really happy that Barney was really into working with us, and he has worked with the bands that our manager has previously worked with.
Right.
So we kind of knew him back from there. But he was when we sent like early demos to him, he was already like really excited to do and work with us. So it was a really good chance.
What was the first song that you wrote that ended up on the album?
It was
what could have been?
It's a law. What is it? Love.
When love became hard. Yeah, that's the first.
Do you still remember what kind of sparked that song?
I think it was mainly, I've been listening a little bit Usher back then, and I wanted to make a melody line that goes like from the low, just like structurally, just like builds up, like the melody just goes little by little, like steps to up, and then it goes into chorus. So that was just a small idea, like the first idea. But then we did, all of us did like many things after that for that.
These things, do they happen once you go into the studio, or do they happen before even?
That's like the basic demo structure. We did it like before the studio, but the song like changed like quite a lot in the studio, because at first it was quite electronic song, like quite banging. But then Barney said that it's actually quite calm song. It's kind of like a pretty dark love story in the lyrics. And I think one big change is that Esa plays cello on the song. That you didn't know at all how to play cello, but Barney just said to you that, Esa, can you play cello? And
yeah, it was really weird situation. He came up and he just said, can you play cello? And I just said I can try. And there are some beats at that song that where there you can hear cello if you really listen really carefully.
So was this the idea to experiment a bit more?
Well, I think because nowadays if you're a four-piece pop band or like band that has two guitars, bass and drums, it's the sound is really hard to get into the shape that it's sounding new or something. And sometimes it works really well, and sometimes you just need something extra. And I think like experimenting something new is not always a good thing. It's never a bad thing. So we just tried so many things in the studio. We had plenty of time to just try things, and some things didn't work out, some things did. So there are some bits of cello in there, and I'm really happy that we tried that one.
And Barney had quite big of collection of analog synths, so we used those quite a lot on the record. Like, and many parts Barney said like to me that do something new to this part, but don't do it with guitar, and just do it from some other instrument. So we had he proposed us like to try like new instruments.
Right. So when it comes to the live show now, then because you don't have a keyboard player or a synth player in the band, how do you translate what you did in the studio to the live stage?
I think that live is a little bit more rock, of course, but we have also backing tracks which helps us to get the electronic stuff in it. Because I think the live show is all about like having energy, being in the songs, and at the end it's the four of us, how it has been from the start. So the live show is exactly kind of like how we want to present the songs.
And it's more fun to do the album when you don't think of the live show, because the live show has always so many like limitations, considering how many instruments you can have and what sounds can use. But in live it's a completely different thing. So we on this album we do the album this way and the live way to make the both sound as good as they can.
So the songs change a lot when it comes to well, even a couple of months after the studio version is completed, they change a lot. So.
Yeah, they have changed quite a bit, especially the sounds. Like the trap song is like really different, and the heartbeat from the live. So there's lots of new to hear at live, even though if you've heard the album.
Okay. Well, in terms of experimentation, was there something that surprised you that worked? That you didn't maybe expect that would work, but it ended up sounding really good, or?
Yeah, we actually the song Campus, we first had it like when we went to studio, we first had it like really different structure as it came out. Then we were a little bit struggling with the idea. Like we knew that there was a song inside of the demo, but then we couldn't kind of like point it out what were the bits to choose. And Barney was really like eager to get it done really well, and at the end it came out to be one of the best songs, I would say, at least from my behalf.
In what respect do you is it sonically, is it the lyrics, or what do you like about the song?
I like the way how it's like once again like different. I kind of like that's the a big sign for kind of the, if you can say like our like bravery to try a little bit more things that what we have tried before. So that's kind of like it made me happy to realize that like there's so many ways to do songs and so many ways to structure them, and there are not specific things you have to do every time you make a song. I think that's the big thing.
And in Campus there's like many small things that if you haven't been in studio, it might be really hard to like know. But in the start, the intro is like some piece of background, just like talking from Barney went to Morocco.
Okay.
From there, he's like recorded some video and took the audio to their intro. And in the choruses, there's some like speech from like Tokyo. When we took Tokyo, we took some like small videos and we put it on the background noise to the song. Like you can hear some like Japanese speaking on the background in the chorus also.